So we are at Heritage Park. We're just a little bit outside of the Virginia Tech campus. And I'm out here today with my undergraduate Forestry, Ecology, and Silvics class. So we have students that are juniors in forestry, and most of the time we talk about trees. But one of the skills that I think is really important for them to learn is how to identify plants using a taxonomic key. Look, there's one. You actually have wings going on.
We have a textbook that we get to walk along this path and kind of find native species and try and see if we can identify them. Some of the factors we look at would be how the leaves are oriented going up the stem of the flower. We also have more specifics, like if the stems have hair, the coloration of the flowers, how many petals are on the flowers. And we can even go into very specifics, such as a certain hair found on a certain part of the flower. It can be really specific when it comes down to discerning different species.
By the time they come to my class, they've already taken a dendrology class in their sophomore year, where they learn how to identify all the trees and shrubs. So they know that. So I actually use a key on wildflowers because they don't know they're wildflowers. And so I can teach them the concept of how to make decisions using a taxonomic key to identify plants. And then they're able to take that tool, and anywhere they get a job in the world, then they're able to identify the plants that they work with.
So it doesn't really matter what you're trying to identify, whether it's like wildlife or trees or flowers, it's the same principles. What I'm getting out of it mainly is I know way more flowers than I used to. Like once you've had to look at every individual part of it, how the leaves are shaped, how the petals are shaped, everything, you remember it.
So they'll be turning in a lab report. They have to identify 15 flowers correctly, but then they also have to demonstrate their ability to use the key. So they have to create a table that shows the different choices they had to make to get to that species identification. But this is hard. So I'm happy with them working with each other in the field with the identification part. They're helping each other, which is part of what scientists do. We often work in teams, and so learning that teamwork skill is a really nice way to bring your labs into what you're going to be doing in the future.